I just want to first say to the team, this training is going to be awesome. I have heard such great things from our partners in crime over at the Republican about their training, and this information, you know, now when we're struggling for words, what do we say to our customer? How do we make them feel comfortable? This information is what you're going to need. When you're done here, you're going to have the right words, you're going to have a good message, and it couldn't be better timing because things are just starting to open up for us here in Massachusetts. So John, I'm excited to hear what you got to say, and everybody take good notes. All right. Thank you. Thanks, John.
Well, thank you very much, Barbara. That was an awesome introduction because you just nailed it. I mean, these are excruciatingly challenging times. I've been in this business quite a few years, and I started as an ad rep, and I would have never, ever thought there would be a time like we've been going through, that every single business is impacted, working from home, on and on and on. It's just absolutely amazing. But thank you very much, Barbara, and for each of you for taking the time to get together this afternoon. And as you said, Barbara, we've got some unique information about your audiences, and equally important, the ability for each of you, even working from home, to be able to access this information for and about your businesses. And as we go through the program this afternoon, just hit the unmute button and ask the questions, okay? I'd sure appreciate that. So let's begin. Obviously the reality is this has been an extremely, challenging period. Not only uncertainty, but with catastrophic revenue decreases at publications across the country. I think you'll agree with me. The reason for that is each one of your businesses have been impacted, with economic uncertainty. In fact, going beyond uncertainty, some of them are really hurting, really struggling, to be able to reopen. And there's a lot of new and uncertain regulations, on how to phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, et cetera. And so what Pulse has done, and we're kind of motivated by, a publisher, state of Washington, and she sent me an email about a month and a half ago, and it was really awesome. She said a current shopping survey would really help our local businesses, in her words, who are freaking out right now. And she said it would also help us be viewed as that trusted advisor, there to help them navigate through these unprecedented times. So thank you, Carolyn. I mean, she just really clearly stated, what we need to do. And I was a publisher once of 7 papers, by the way, of suburban groups. So I'm, I feel an affinity for you guys. The bottom line is I love my advertisers, and I do anything to assist and help them. And so what Paul did is we did a survey of your audiences' shopping plans over the next 3 months. So the Republican audience, along with the Reminder audience, we invited them to take the COVID Impact Shopping Survey. You ran ads, you ran invitation ads in your papers, you ran links on your website, email invitations, etc. And the great news is we got almost 800 completed surveys of your audience. So this is not a market survey. It's a shopping survey that is real time. We just completed it a few weeks ago, of and for you and your businesses, to give some insight, a crystal ball, if you will, of what's going to be happening in terms of purchasing for over 200 business categories. Everything from a lumberyard to a financial advisor, to a realtor, to a furniture store, et cetera, et cetera. And this information is, in today's world, an absolute game changer. Why? Because in the good old days, so finally remember, just forever ago, one of your businesses would have a pretty good idea what would be happening in June and July, right? Because they had history. They knew what happened last June and July. So it was pretty easy to predict. They really didn't need a whole lot of information. But obviously that has all changed because of, the pandemic. Now they are desperate. They are thirsty. They are so appreciative of somebody like you having information about purchasing plans for their business category and the products and services they sell. It is, frankly, in my opinion, probably the best time ever to help your local businesses, because never there's been a time that your businesses need help and assistance than right now. I've got a couple recommendations. Before I go there, any questions on this? How was it done? Why was it done? The sample size, who participated, et cetera. Okay, awesome. Because the survey, and it was actually pretty simple. I should mention this. All Pulse did was ask the questions your businesses would ask. So a lumberyard would ask, for instance, you plan to shop at a lumberyard in the next 3 months. And they would also ask, if they did their own survey, what do you plan to buy? Fencing, decking, interior paint, exterior paint, sheetrock, etc. We just simply asked the questions your businesses would ask. So in essence, we did a lumberyard survey because we asked what they would ask. We did a real estate survey because we asked what a realtor would ask. Do you plan to list a home? Do you plan to buy a home? Do you plan to change or get a new realtor in the next 3 months? And that's another unique thing about this survey I might mention. Normally we ask over the next 12 months, what is your household plan to, buy? This time we asked the next 3 months to make it more usable, more immediate, and more actionable for your businesses. Okay? So the questions, let's move on. I've got 3 simple recommendations. I shared, these recommendations.
John, we lost you. We're not hearing you, John. Hello.
You definitely lost him.
Yep. Whoop, I wonder where he went.
He was getting like a little broken up right before that.
Okay. See if he still shows as on, but no video. Yep. Whoop, he's still not on. John, are you there?
I heard him very lightly for a second, I thought.
Barb, try putting something in the chat if you could.
I did.
More chat. All right, I'm gonna give that a go.
I think I can hear him in the background, but it's weird.
Okay, won't let me put send to. Okay, I'm gonna put send to John. Okay.
Yeah, it says connecting to audio forum on my computer.
It does. Yeah, it's been doing that for.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He's gonna try to reconnect quickly.
I see that.
All right.
Okay, he's gonna try. Awesome.
Okay. Matt Mahaney and Paula are listening to videos.
Okay. think he thinks he's talking.
Okay. Well, let's try chat again.
I lost the picture. Oh, shoot.
Maybe he's trying to sign back on now.
And he probably logged out.
Yeah, okay, so let's give it a minute. That's okay. Paul and Matt can get off of whatever video they're watching, and
I lost the picture. Where did it go?
he's probably logging back on.
Did you lose your picture too?
Yeah, we all did. We all are looking. So like if you hit the little gallery view, we'll all be looking at each other right now. John's gonna get us back on.
I just have a Zoom. I just have Zoom. The word Zoom.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I can see your little round, the little white icon there that says you. I can see that.
Really? Where did it go?
Yeah. And I can hear you too.
Where? Why?
Oh, I can see the little white.
And when you talk, Victoria, it comes up that Victoria is
I wish I could see the rest of you. Where are you?
There's Victoria.
Uh-oh. Maybe I should log off and go back in.
There he is.
There he is.
I'm going to log off and go back in. I can't see you.
He's back
Okay.
on, Victoria.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a good idea, Victoria. If you can't see him, try that. Cool. Is Jeanette on? Or
She was
Jeanette?
having a hard time. I don't know if she could get on.
I don't know what the heck I've got here, but I don't.
We can hear you.
Well, I can't see anything.
You don't really need to do anything yet.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah,
but
but there are things on the screen, so.
is there a call planner activity on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, is that all there is?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
The arrow's moving, but I can't hear anything.
All right.
My header, can you please change from collector cells to
Okay.
Barbara,
Yes.
There he
I'm
is.
back.
All right.
What
Excellent.
happened?
You've been
Well,
gone
you're
a
here
long
now.
I lost my connection.
We need to go back on the screen.
Okay, we gotta go get the right screen up here. Okay, just a second. Oh, it's been one of those days.
Oh, hear ya. Well, I'm
We were
not going to
talking about a
complain.
moment ago about wanting to do it the old way. The old way, I'd come on site.
Yeah.
We would like that, John.
Just a second here.
All right. Matt and Paul are trying to get on. And I think Jeanette's on, she just can't hear, so I had told her to check her audio. What a beautiful day.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, gorgeous. Guys, all right there?
Uh-oh.
There you are, Victoria.
The jet just took off.
John's not here, but he's trying.
Just Barb.
Okay, can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, my sincere apologies. I have no idea what happened. So we're talking about the survey, and I was just going to go into some recommendations. Before I do that, are there any questions or comments or feedback on your shopping survey? You know, during the fiasco, you might have had some time to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about some recommendations. I got a couple very simple, but I think pretty important recommendations. Number one is about retention, friends helping friends. I am sure that most of you have long-term relationships, businesses that you've worked with for many, many years, and they're your friends. In times like this, friends help friends. Make sure, mission one, share the information about the opportunity for their business from your research. And that will give them encouragement and hope to continue with their program with you. The worst thing that can happen is they call up and say, well, I've decided to cut back or cancel. We've got to be proactive and make sure that they are fully aware of the benefit, what's in it for them, of continuing the program. So the first tool in the Pulse program is the teaser. And let me just affirm, can you see up on the screen? There's a big number, 5,460. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, fine, we're back to sync. Okay, so we call it the teaser, and as you mentioned, Barbara, at the beginning, you know, it gives you the words to say. You're struggling for the words to say. Helps you get the conversation started. It's positive. It's what's in it for them. You know, I thought you might like to know there's almost 5,500 local households we reach who plan to shop at a lumber yard in the next 3 months. Would you like to know more about what you plan to buy? Interior paint, exterior paint, fencing, decking, etc. And they're going to say yes, because they are desperate for that crystal ball, that look into the next 3 months. So the teaser is a great little resource to start the conversation. I'll show you in a second how you can access your research and create a teaser. And the teaser is really simple. It's just taking from your research the percentage you plan to shop at that business category times the number of households you reach to give you the number, what's in it, okay? Now the next piece of your survey, Friends Helping Friends, is we asked what information would you like to see from local businesses? And because of all the confusion in today's new reality, their customers, your audience, want to know what new services are the businesses offering? What are their hours? General status? What online? So share this information from your survey with your friends and help them communicate to their customers and potential customers. And that obviously will help them get more customers. The next thing I want to show you in terms of retention, I think you'll all agree with me that in today's world, one of the big challenges is many of these businesses are financially hurting. It's extremely tough. They've laid off people. Some of them don't know if they're going to be able to open. Let's help them understand, realize how few customers they need to pay for an ongoing campaign with you guys. So we've created a break-even calculator. It's really simple. It's just figuring out based upon their net customer value after they pay for the lumber, et cetera, how many households they need to pay for the campaign. So in this example here, this $12,000 campaign over 52 weeks, we get from them what their customer value is and what their cost of goods is. And it's just simple math. 65%, 2,000, their net customer value is 700. 700 at 12,000, they only need 18 customers. And when you do this, and if you do it in a Zoom webinar or something, you're going to sense the calmness, the peace of mind, the confidence. Well, that's a no-brainer. I can easily get 18 customers over the next 52 weeks. It really is a significant, beneficial tool to help your customers understand, give them the peace of mind, take away the financial fear, so they realize, yes, I can continue my campaign with you. So we'll go over that live in just a second. My second recommendation is getting back some of the revenue you lost. And it's also getting back with them, sharing with them from your research, using the Pulse tools to show them what's in the pipeline. So I picked the furniture store. Why? Because a furniture store is down 50% in shopping from what it was pre-COVID. So the ongoing survey before COVID, 20% we're going to shop at a furniture store. Now it's 9.6%, cut in half. But that's still a big deal. A 10,000 distribution, 9.6%. It's 960 households get a shop at a furniture store over the next 3 months. And that furniture store is probably thinking, oh my God, the world has collapsed. There's no business in the pipeline. You know, I'm going to die. 960 of them is so encouraging, so helpful. Even though it's half of what it was, it's still a big deal for them. So we've got a flyer presentation for you. And here's the example of the flyer. It's like the teaser. It's got the big number, what's in it for them, but it's also got information that we asked in your survey about products and services that they sell. And what's so cool about this is the business quickly realizes where the sweet spots are. Like, oh my gosh, look at recliner chairs. And recliner chairs, by the way, have gone up in purchasing because of COVID. Why? Because people are spending so much darn time at home, they realize their current recliner chairs, you know, kind of in the, you know, the TLC list. And they realize, well, I should get a new recliner chair. And so the flyer is a tool and a resource for you to access the research, share what's in it in terms of the opportunity for their business category, but then you go deeper with more benefit, more opportunity for them, the products and services that your audience are going to buy. And so the flyer is a great resource. You can create it in under 45 seconds. Once again, I would show that advertiser who quit or cut back how few customers they need to restart that campaign with you. They see the opportunity. Oh my God, there's a lot of recliners out there. Yeah, and you only need 18 customers over 52 weeks. It's going to make a huge difference. The third recommendation I have is let's get some new business. There's 51 business categories from your survey that have an increase in shopping because of COVID. Neighborhood grocery store, up 136%. The business categories relating to home, like home gardening, yard equipment store, lumber yard, they're up significantly because people are at home. Also, mortgage brokers up about 46%. Why interest rates have dropped so significantly, okay? These are the business categories, and we put together a great little prospecting tool for you to help you very quickly identify these businesses that have an increase in shopping, okay? I presume you also have Metro Creative Graphics spec ads. I know that the Republican does. Do you have
Yes.
it, Barb?
Yeah, we have Metro.
Awesome, because in your Pulse program, throughout it, we have baked in the ability to quickly access and create a spec ad. And that is so beneficial today because these businesses are so darn busy. Let's make it easier for them to say yes by also providing them the ideas to reach out and communicate to those households who are going to buy a recliner chair, for instance. So we got the spec ad program built into the program. My next recommendation is we created and implemented right before COVID a training and certification program. I would strongly suggest that over the next 2 weeks that each one of you do the Pulse training and certification. And I'll show you that live in just a second also. And because you guys are working from home, as we go through your live program, I'm going to share with you ideas and how to use your Pulse tools to engage the business live, like over a Zoom, webinar or Google Meet, just like you were there in person. It's not quite as nice and good, but it's pretty darn effective. Okay, so now let's go live. Anxious to show you your new Pulse sales tools. Okay, and so I'm live on your site, and just on your home page is the tools and resources to access your shopping research. So we've got some COVID-related tools, some general prospecting tools, creating a teaser, creating a flyer. We got needs analysis, creating a full campaign presentation, some suggestions on overcoming objections, like I'm on Zillow and I don't need to advertise, with you, or I'm on, I post all my specials on Facebook. This is the access to the closing tool. You just click here, and up comes a blank fill in the box, or fill in the, the template. And since we're here, let's do a little role play. So let's say that we're talking to a furniture store, okay? We ask them, first we put in the campaign amount, let's say it's $12,000, 52 weeks. What's your customer value? And they might say, well, it's about $2,500. What's your cost of goods? Well, goods cost me in furniture about 65%. So they make a net customer value of $875. That's only 14 customers. When they do it or see you do it with their information, it is so compelling. And they immediately realize, oh my gosh, this is doable. 14, that's only about one a month. Okay? And you might ask, well, what's this thumbs down here? Well, out in the real world, when I used to do four-legged sales calls, they would say, well, I think 14 is too much. So I would say, what is the absolute minimum number of customers? Well, I think the lowest number of customers I would get, would be, oh, just a second here, I got to change this. There we go. I think the lowest number of customers I'd get to be 7. They cut it in half on me. But look at that. They just agreed to a $6,100 campaign. 7 customers, their number, times $875, their net value customer, that's $6,175. So I would strongly encourage you use this break even, because in today's world, it's extremely meaningful. Okay, so moving on. I mentioned the Pulse training and certification program. It's right here. So let's take a quick look at that. And so we've set up sessions for each step of the sales process, along with some introductory stuff. Where do the numbers come from? Prospecting, call planner, teaser, getting the appointment, flyer engage. This is a great little resource and tool to very quickly come up to speed, become knowledgeable, comfortable, and effective with your new Pulse program. And the certification is when you're going through the program, you just check as you watch each video or audio, or you do each assignment, you just confirm it. And then you get credit for that confirmation. And somehow my computer froze up there. Boy, I'm just having a challenging day. But that's the overview of the Pulse training and certification program. It's right on your home page. And I would encourage you, that over the next week to 2 weeks, you do the Pulse training. But now let's get into and show you how you access the research and how you can create teaser, the flyer to engage with your businesses with information for them. So I mentioned a moment ago, there are business categories that are up in purchasing because of COVID. So let's click on the Business COVID Business Guide. And so I put together my personal top 25 recommended list. So these include business categories that if I was an ad rep again or an ad director again, I would highly recommend that you contact. Plus I added a few others that even though they're down in business, that category still represents a significant opportunity. So even though banks are down, for instance, and it's not just banks, it's getting a new or changing bank. Very motivating to a banker. Look at that, 23%. Even though it's down 18% from what it was pre-COVID, there's still 23% that plan to change or get a new bank. So that's meaningful. In addition to my top 25, Pulse put together a list of both businesses who will have an increase plus other business categories that we felt would be the ones to reach out to during this period. So we've broken it out by financial, general services, professional services, grocery, home goods, contractors, automotive, real estate, etc. The ones that are bolded, by the way, are the business categories that from the research have an increase in shopping compared to the pre-COVID period. And so now let's show you how you use the tool. So you pick a particular category. Let's pick remodeling. All you have to do is click on Find, and what it'll do is it'll bring up a map, and then to make it even more geographic specific, all you have to do is just change the zip code here or put in a community name, and it'll repopulate the map with that business category, in this case remodeling contractors, for that specific geographic area that you put in. So then you can either click on the map, and then you can quickly create a teaser, a flyer, a full presentation, which we'll show you in a second. Look at that, you can create a spec ad, or you can add it to your call planner, which I'll show you here in a moment. What's easier though is to come over to the left-hand rail. And then I would just suggest that you create a prospect list. So you click on add to call plan, add to call plan, add to call plan, etc. You've clicked on a hot category, remodeling contractors, and now you're putting together your own personal call list. So I've just clicked on add to call planner, I come up here to call planner, and now they're on my call plan, okay? And now, this is a nice little tool for you to keep on track of not only creating presentations, but logging where you're at. So I've created my call plan, I've got the phone in hand, and look at this, how easy it is. I just click on View Pulse Teaser, and up come the words to say, right at your fingertips. You know, I trust you're well to understand how busy you are, so I'll get right to the point. You know, obviously COVID has had a major impact. You know, I've got some encouraging news. We participated in a remodeling contractor shopping survey. Well, what do you mean by that? We asked the same questions you would ask. One of the most important things I've ever learned in all the four-legged sales calls I've made is make darn sure they understand this is their research. This is a remodeling contractor survey. That's valid because we asked the questions they would ask. So you might say, what do you mean by a remodeling contractor survey? Well, we asked, do you plan to hire a remodeling contractor in the next 3 months? Would you ask that? Yeah, of course. We also asked, what are your remodeling plans? Would you ask, you plan to remodel your bathroom? Yeah, I'd ask that. You plan to remodel your kitchen? Of course I would ask that. You plan to add a room? Yeah, I'd ask that. And so we did a remodeling survey. Now he's really interested, you know, because he understands it's his survey. And look what we found out. There's almost 4,000 households who plan to get a remodeling contractor. Now let's make this reminder specific. Here are the audience options. You have both. You have one site for the Republican and the reminder. But up here is the reminder. Now, Barbara, if you want to break this out into zones, or you want to add any options, any audience options, just let me know, and we can take it right into this drop-down list.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so let me click on the reminder here for us. And now there's this basing, and let me just go this one, it's easier to see. You've got 5,000 households. Reminder, when the next 3 months plan to get a remodeling contract. How do you calculate that? Well, 4.8% plan to get a remodeling contract. That's from your survey. Times the 104,209 households you reach, and it's simple math, 5,002. That's the big number. That's what's in it for them. That's how I would start the conversation. And that grabs their attention. That gives you the words to say. So you've got a script we put together here. We've got an email, a template that you can edit, and we've got, and this is what I kind of like to do. I like to just take this and highlight it, cut and paste, and put it in email, because then it gives you the big number right in the email. And it's been very, very effective at getting people's attention and them wanting to know more. Okay? And then once again, you can also create a spec ad. And before I click on View Flyer, any questions or feedback? What do you guys think about the teaser to start the conversation?
It's great. I think it's terrific.
It's super easy. It couldn't be any more easy than that. So
That's just the big number. What's in it for them?
right.
And now let's do this. I'm going to go back. I can create a flyer here at the same time. Let's go back to your dashboard, your home page for Paul. And let's go back here and let's click on another prospecting tool. We've got businesses organized by actual results. Pulse is able to track businesses by their close ratio, their average sale, and how many sold. And so all you have to do, and I kind of like this one, I click on sold rank, and this gives me the business categories that have been most sold by over 6,000 ad reps at the roughly 600 papers who have our services. So let's go here to financial advisor. So once again, you click on find. Up comes a map of financial advisors, okay? And then once again, you can put them on your call plan, okay? So you're building your prospect list. And then all you have to do is click back here on call plan, and it just helps you keep organized, okay? And so I just go down here to Thrifty Financial Services, and I click on View Flyer. So I've got on my screen, I'm sitting at home, I've got my phone, I click on View Flyer, okay? Up comes it, as simple and as fast as that, it creates a flyer for you. Once again, because it defaults to the Republican, I would just come in and change it to the reminder, okay? Simple as that, okay? You've got almost 11,500 households that you reach, who in the next 3 months are going to change or get a new financial advisor. Here's some opportunities for the business. You know, look at this. You've got over 15,000 who are thinking about changing or getting somebody new to manage their investments. Same thing on retirement accounts. You've got almost 17,000. These are huge numbers. There's been so much stock market, you know, financial uncertainty. You know, people are looking for new providers. And so this flyer not only gives them the big number, what's in it for their business. Remember, we did a financial advisor survey. We asked the same questions they would ask. Now, and this is really cool, you can click on this editing pen. Let's see where you guys are Thrifty Financial. And so we're doing a Zoom webinar, right? And so we click here on the editing pen, and look at this. You can access the research, okay? And so you can go right into it with them watching on your screen. What else would you like to know? Oh my gosh, I'd like to know about city and state bonds. I'd like to know about 401ks. I'd like to know about gold and precious metals. You see, you can access your research with them afford them, okay? How about new financial consulting? That sounds something that, you know, they'd probably be interested in. And then you just click on update, and look at that. You're creating a custom report for them. Can you email it to them? Absolutely. You just click here on the email icon, and because every Pulse presentation is a web page, all you're doing is essentially sending them the link to. So you notice there's and up here in the internet address, it's the URL of this flyer presentation. We just embedded it into a little email app to make it easier for you to send this presentation to that business. And so in summary, the flyer, and I think this is our most popular and effective tool because it's got the big number. But look at the headline here, to help your business plan during uncertain times. Paul asked the questions you would ask. You plan to change to get a new financial advisor. 11,359 said yes. Let's sign some new opportunities in these unprecedented times. We asked specific buying plans in 90 days to give you some ideas. Every business wants ideas today. So much has changed. And so the flyer is a great tool and resource for you, not only to start the conversation, but to be that consultant to assist and support and help them with specific ideas on where to target. Okay? So any feedback or questions on the flyer?
I have a question. How would you go about making a spec ad based on that information you just showed us?
Okay, so let me just, I shouldn't have clicked off on it. But down here, let's see, what did we just do? We did Fishery Financial, right?
Correct.
So down at the bottom of your page, of your home page, you will have a log of the presentations you created. So notice here I'm going back to Thrifty, last one I did, top of this, and I click here on spec ad, okay? And I guess I don't have a spec ad account set up for me. I just have a login. Let's see if it works. But you guys, each of you have, there we go, okay? Yeah, I don't have a login, but you do. And so when you click on spec ad, it'll take you right to and in your Mental Creative Graphics Ad Wizard program, okay? So to answer your question, you just click on spec ad here, or let's go back here to business guide, and let's go here to financial advisor. Here's financial advisor find, and then we click on one, okay, and you got right there, create a spec ad, okay? Answer your question?
Yes,
I'll get everybody the login so that you can utilize that.
that was my next
Okay.
question. Awesome.
That's a great resource, you know, to tie into the program here. Okay, so the next presentation I want to show you is the one-page presentation. This presentation gives you the ability to put in a campaign, okay? And so you click on create a campaign. You can also access that from accounts or create. So the first thing you want to do is choose a business. So let's click on, oh, which one would be a good one here? Lumberyard, okay? And so let's change the audience once again to the reminder, okay? Let's select an ad package. We could put in ad packages if you want, but let's put in 12,000 here, 1,000 a month, 2 months. The program gives you a default customer value for each one of the business categories. We suggest you leave that alone and use it as just a placeholder, you know, to get information from the business. Same thing with the gross profit. It gives you some suggested categories. You can add some more. You just click on add more. Let's add kitchen cabinets. Let's add roofing. We can click here for more, okay? And let's add to build a storage shed. You get the idea. It's very, very powerful. It accesses all your research. And then in the one-page presentation, you can show them what they're missing. The one page you create yourself. So it takes a little longer, but gives you the ability to customize. So what if this lumberyard said, well, we're not going to advertise with you because we put our specials on Facebook? Well, let's show them what they're missing. Because in today's world, nobody reaches everybody. What if they say, well, I've got an email list I use? Let's show them the percentage of your audience who don't use email. Real estate. We asked about real estate websites. Having made a lot of four-legged sales calls to realtors, well, I'm on Zillow, I don't need you. And look at this. 68% of your audience would not go to Zillow. 32% of your audience would go to Zillow. And so it shows them what they're missing. So you're showing them what the opportunity is, then you're showing them of your audience what they're missing.
And John, can I just interrupt one quick second? The information that you just showed us, that all came from the survey, correct? Those are the people that took the survey and said, look, I don't use Facebook, or I don't use Zillow, or so that's where that information came from. Okay.
Yeah, what we
Thank
did
you.
is we actually asked them, in the last 30 days, have you responded to a business Facebook offer? And so going back up here to Facebook, so it's 94.6% said no. So 5.4% said yes. So we flip it so that it is the percent who did not use Facebook. It's the percent who did not go to Zillow. Okay? So yes, we asked it of your audience.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really powerful. So let me go back here. We'll add a few more. Come on, Internet. I live in a very remote area in Portland, outside of Portland, Oregon. And sometimes my internet is feisty. Okay, so let's skip that. You can just click there and add more. Let's show them what the return on investment is. So we got a $12,000 campaign. So $60,000 is 5 times. Okay? So we want to show them how few customers you need for a nice return on your advertising. I always suggest we put in ad readership. And Barbara, yes, you can also click right here to create a spec ad. So those are the setup steps of doing a one-page presentation. So let's take a look at one page. Years ago, we used to do a 12-page presentation. We got it down to one page because nobody has time. So it's got the big number like the teaser. It's got the categories, products and services like the flyer, but you get to choose them. Once again, you can edit, but here's the cool thing. Baked into the one page is this beautiful discussion point showing them how few customers they need to pay for a campaign. And so it's set up on the default, in this case, a $650 and a 50% gross profit, but let's get it from them. And so you just click and you ask them, what's your customer value? Remember, we're on a Zillow here, and they say, well, my customer value of the lumberyard's around $2,000, okay? And what's your cost of goods? Around 75%. So you make about 500 customers? Yeah, it sounds about right. You only need 24 customers. That's only 2 a month. That changes everything because it makes it so comfortable. It takes away the fear, the risk. And once again, you just say, well, I don't know if I'll get 24. What do you think? Well, I bet you, worst case scenario, I'll get 12. Okay, well, 12 at 500 each, that's a $6,000 campaign. You ready to go? They've already agreed to it. So it's a very, very effective tool. And so that's the one-page presentation. Oops, I almost forgot. And down here, it shows them how few customers they need for a 5-time return. In this case, only 30 customers at their average of $2,000 per household gives them a 5-time return. Banks do that. Banks don't give them a 5-time return. And then it shows them what they're missing. Remember, I couldn't click on more? But if they say, well, I'm on email, you know, we got a great email list. We put all of our fencing specials on email. Well, that's great, but 90% of our audience in the last 30 days did not open any business email they got. 90%. So you're missing 90% of the 6,982 households we reach who are going to buy fencing in the next 90 days. And keep it, just remember that. This is the next 90 days. It is so compelling. So let me pause here and appreciate any feedback on the one-page presentation. Any questions, Barbara?
No, so on the one-page presentation, we have the ability of emailing it as well?
Yep,
So
absolutely. You
okay.
come up here and there's a little email icon.
Oh,
And
perfect.
you've got the web address, for this specific one-page presentation. It's also right up here, by the way. Okay?
Perfect. Okay. All right, thank you. That's good. Nowadays, a lot more emailing going on right now. Hopefully, we're getting back to some in-person presentations, so.
Yep.
Good.
And so that's an overview of your prospecting. Also, for speed, you can just type in the name of the business right here, like State Farm. And then up will come a list. So if I typed in Linda Dabrowski, she would come up. I just click here. I can do a teaser, a flyer. Look how fast it is. I just type in the name and then click on flyer.
Perfect.
Put in the business type, insurance. Because I just typed in the name, remember, so I have to tell the program what type of business it is. And there you go, you got your flyer. As
Nice.
simple and as fast as that. Okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
And then the last thing I want to show you is down here, want to make sure you get credit for use and results of your Pulse program. So it's got for you every presentation you've done, you just click on more and it brings them all in. And you got little icons. This is the door opener of the flyer. This is the one page. This talking point here is the teaser. You want to get credit that you use the teaser. You see, just come over here to the navigation and you add that you engage with the teaser. And when did you do it? Today. Okay? You click set and you get, credit for that and you get points. Pulse has got points in the program. You go here to the one page and you put in, when did you present it? I presented the one page today. Okay? I click set. Okay? And then you come back in and then you can tell the program when you sold it. Mark is sold. Okay? I sold it today. Okay? And you can put in what type of sale is this? Is it a new sale, renewal sale? Okay? You can split between new and renewal. Okay? So simple as that. You can also do the reporting up here at the top. Okay? And it brings up a list for you of your businesses that you've made presentations for. You just come over here to the navigation dot. You can also go to account, and you've got access there to your call planner, creating a spec ad, creating a presentation. Okay? And the one thing I didn't show you because I was creating teaser flyers is you can record in your call planner what your activity has been. You just highlight, click on add activity. What did you do? I did a phone call. It was a cold call for new business. What did you present? Print and digital. What's my next action step? A proposal. When? Okay, let's say on Friday. And you can put it in your Google Calendar, Microsoft Calendar. You can put in some notes and then log the activity. So that's an overview of your Pulse tool, along with, and most important, how it accesses your COVID impact shopping research. So any questions, Barbara, or any feedback from your team?
I think it's terrific. So we can start using it tomorrow.
Right now.
Yep, do it right now. And on the certification classes, just go in and do them whenever. It's at our convenience, correct?
That's right, but I would suggest starting that right away. It's a great education, nice flow to it, and getting up to speed. on the Pulse, on the Pulse tools.
Yep. So so our sales team is a bit of a mix. So we have some of us like myself that are more experienced. It just simply means you've been around for a while. We have others that are, new, younger in the business, and then folks that are, they're specific to maybe just one particular publication that they work with. Who does this work for?
I think everybody.
I agree too. I think it'll work for everybody too, but I just think that it's important for all of us to hear that you don't have to know everything, and then sometimes
at the end of the
it's good-
day, and I said this earlier, never has there been a time that your businesses need your help more than now. This is a unique opportunity for those who are new to the business, those who have been it many years, to help your local businesses.
Yeah, I honestly think that's my favorite part, because I don't know anybody else who's out there talking about the next 90 days. This is what we know our, people are saying they're going to do in the next 90 days. And, it's that immediate for a lot of our advertisers right now. They're hoping that they're going to make it through the next, 90 minutes. And so 90 days is important for them, really important. Great. Any of you guys got any questions for John while we have him on the phone? Get from the expert.
Do we have support if we have questions? Can we call John? Is there someone we can call to get?
Marlene, let me give you my email, please. Marlene, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, @paper.net.
Can you repeat that one more time, John?
Yeah, Marlene, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, @paper.net.
Perfect. Great. Any questions about the system, about the program, how it works? Anybody have any questions about that? All right. Well, we're gonna all
Awesome.
give it a go.
Well, I sure appreciate
Then
it.
we'll have lots of questions, John.
That's good. I love
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, good. Perfect.
Okay, thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks so much, John. This was great. Appreciate it
You
very
are welcome.
much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hey, Barb,